Hey there, Cheesemeisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod. That would have been Power of Love by Huey Lewis. That was playing over the opening scene of Brandon driving onto campus recklessly, parking fast, throwing his bag out of the car, jumping over the door, grabbing it, running through the campus, running through the middle of someone else's race, which is rude. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Into the gym to wait for Lucinda. I am Jeff, and I am a free spirit of academia. And joining me on the other end of the internet, my co-host.
I'm Leslie, and I always thought beds were overrated.
100% overrated. You can bone anywhere.
Hell yeah.
Even John Sears' room if you want to. Yeah.
Ew. Who knows how much DNA has been left in the room.
I feel like we might have like a new where would you rather not pass out? Like the bathroom at the Peach Pit, out in front of the Peach Pit, John Sears' bedroom, obviously the bathroom that Steve was supposed to clean in the keg house.
Oh.
I know, it's pretty fucking foul. This week, Cheesemeisters, we are talking about Season 4, Episode 9, Otherwise Engaged, or as I like to call it, Sweeps. Because
really?
original air date, November 3rd, 1993. This feel like a Sweeps episode to you? Big time?
No, it
Lots
did
of
not.
stuff going on? Yeah, I don't get what's happening with this. Why this is a Sweeps episode? All right, did you throw up in your mouth or throw something?
Oh, yes. I threw up in my mouth anytime we were at the keg house. Like, I can't eat anymore before that. Disgusting. Those men, anytime they talk. Well,
wait, was it the nature of their conversation or the imagined odor in your nose?
It was the nature of their conversation, because I didn't even have time to imagine how gross it would have smelled in that residence. Yeah. My God, why... If you find yourself, listeners, wanting to sleep with someone in a frat house, please call a helpline.
Reconsider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do better.
Lots of other places. That's right. You don't need a bed. Brandon and Lucinda tried to show us that. Keg House showed us you can do a pool table. I mean, not tonight, but during rush.
That might be cleaner than any of their beds.
100%, because you know that at least occasionally somebody goes, "Oh, there's lint on that pool table," and they clean it off because it's getting in the way of the game. Yeah. Nothing stained or messed in those bedrooms or bathrooms is getting in the way of the primary function of them, which is like 3 hours of sleep a night and skank sex.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. And for the record, it's the guys who are the skanks in this circumstance.
Yes.
Just putting it out there. All right. So what happens in this episode? So Brandon, I think I'm gonna let's see if I can make them concise. What happens in this episode? Because there are different threads with the peoples. Brandon and Lucinda take things to the next level. She invites him over for dinner. He finds out that she's married. He's kind of okay with that. Then kind of find out that she's married to Professor Randall. No wolf. No wolf. No part. That might, honest to God, might be my favorite line delivery in any piece of art ever created.
Wow.
I mean, it might be like, this is better than the Renaissance, is all I'm saying. It's better.
It does not need flames on the side of my face.
It's I don't know. It's more subtle than flames on the side of my face.
Fine.
Marginally more subtle. So that's a problem. And Jackie is suing Mel for full custody after what happened at the Walsh's 20th anniversary party. And David has to give a deposition where Mel yells at him good job, way to manage your witness, Mel.
Shows his whole ass.
He does. Mel does not acquit himself well in the deposition. And then Kelly and David are at odds over the shit going on with their parents, to the point where Donna tries her Donna move, which is, "Hey, everybody, cool out."
Yeah.
You know, are you familiar at all with Altamont? Do you know Altamont? Do you know what that
I do
is?
not.
Okay. Altamont was a free concert given in San Francisco um, at the end of 1969, so after Woodstock. And the Rolling Stones are the headliners. Jefferson Airplane is there. Like it's it's a big 60s festival concert. But and there's a really good documentary called Gimme Shelter
Mm.
that's all about this. It's totally worth watching. Highly recommend. But one of the things that happens at this is that the Rolling Stones hire the Hells Angels as security, which is, your face understands that that's a problem.
Yeah.
Um, and the mood gets ugly throughout the course of the day. And while the Stones are up on stage, there's things breaking out. And Mick, in his least effective um, attempt at crowd control, says, "Everybody cool out. Can everybody just cool out?"
Oh my
And
god.
and it doesn't work because one of the Hells Angels stabs and kills somebody a few minutes later. Yeah, and it's caught on camera. It's part of this documentary. It's fucked up.
Oh
Um,
my god.
yeah, but Donna is like, "Can everybody cool out? Just cool out, everybody." And it works just about as well for David and Kelly as it does for the Hells Angels and all of the attendees at Altamont. Um, and so David, or Kelly leaves. She's like, "Fuck off, I'm out of here." And David's like, "Donna, why don't you fuck right off too?" But instead they hug. So that's
Yeah.
happening.
Brian Austin
And
Green
then
cries, gets to show off his acting.
he does. He gives the "you don't know, you weren't there" monologue that he gave to Brandon after Scott died. He gives it to Kelly here after she wasn't in the deposition, because those are the same. And Brenda discovers that Stuart has a prenup for her to sign, and she has a problem with that. He also rents a hotel room, tells her that she can go there whenever she wants, and then promptly forgets that he did that. Because fucking nobody goes to the hotel after Brenda. Okay, so the other things that happen are that Brenda related is Jim, having learned no lessons, tries to collude with Dylan to get Brenda to do what he wants. It works just as well this time. She moves out again. This time she moves out after he did it, not before he did it. So progress. And Brenda goes and stays at the hotel, and is super mad that and Dylan's attempt, by the way, to make this happen was weird and clumsy, and I don't fucking know. Brent, if you marry him, we'll never have another chance. What? What are you talking
Okay.
about?
I really didn't get it. Like, I listened to the scene between Jimbo and Dylan,
Yeah.
and it was unclear, but Dylan did the thing where he's like, "Oh, I see what you're laying down," and is like taking it to the next level, which I do not feel was implied.
No.
But Dylan is, I don't know, such a man whore. I guess he thinks that's the only card he can play.
It's a weird card. Like, he's a bad improviser.
Yeah.
Is really what this is. Like, Jim gave him the scene. Jim's like, "Here's your setup. You're trying to convince her not to marry this guy. Go." And Dylan's like, if you marry him, we can't fuck no more.
Yeah.
And she's like, "What? I just thought we were having coffee."
It's so sad. Dylan, like, they've had the conversation. They are better as friends.
Yeah.
You know? And he doesn't trust that. He's like, oh, no, the only way you can get a woman to not get married to another man, offer yourself. Got it.
That's right. That's right. Junk on a platter.
I've seen The Graduate.
Um, yeah, exactly. You're missing a tremendous effect here. It's my go-to Graduate reference. I love it.
It's a good one.
It is a good one. So that doesn't work. And Brenda's like mad at everybody again. Hit the reset, Brenda. And so, and here's the other thing that's going on. The Keg brothers. So Kelly and John aren't doing much of nothing. And the girls think, well, John must be taking cold showers. No. John is fucking.
Yeah.
John is out there plowing through all the co-eds at California University. And by the way, he has no reason not to, but we'll get into that later. He has no relationship with Kelly.
Sure, but it's icky.
You know.
Like,
everything John does is icky.
I'm gonna say what I always say: just have the fucking conversation. Like,
sure,
yeah, I'm gonna vomit on screen.
No, it's good. But as part of all of this horse shit, one of the other Keg brothers is like, hey, Steve, I need you to take one for the team here. I need you to go on a blind date with a freshman who's quite ready to fuck from everything I've been told. And he was not misinformed. So Steve goes to the dance studio that's in the same hallway as all the other classrooms.
Mm-hmm.
And meets Laura Kingman, who's doing a little dance all to herself. She took dance in high school.
In the smallest... Okay, this bugged me. I know exactly why they did it, because obviously it's in a room of mirrors, and that cuts down on what you can show, because, oh, guess what? The mirrors are going to show the cameras and everything in reflection. But, like...
Yeah.
It made me so stressed out watching her dance in that little corner. I'm like, no, there's no way. There's no way. You have the whole studio to yourself. You are having a flash dance moment. That room is yours, baby. But no, they said...
Explore the space. Explore it.
Can you get as close to the corner? Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I guess. But, like, please, be in that corner. Like, oh my God. Shout outs to her. She made it work. But I said, absolutely not. Never.
It's rough. Yeah.
I want her leotard.
Constraints. Okay. Well, there you
Cute
go.
leotard. Want it.
Yeah. Good job, Laura Kingman. So they go on a double date. Come back to the Keg house. The girls go pee, which is probably a bad idea. And even after that, and learning that Steve is responsible for cleaning that bathroom, she is like, we should probably fuck, Steve, just FYI. And we don't get to see that.
No.
But everyone is like, hey, Steve, way to have sex in John Sears' bedroom. Yeah.
I want to get tested now.
I know. For staph infection. Just gross. Just nastiness happening in that place. And Steve is like, John Sears, you shouldn't have sex with the whole campus when you said you liked Kelly. And John's like, you said you liked Celeste. And Steve's like, shut up. And that's what happens in this episode.
Oh boy.
Oh, Brenda signs the prenup at the end of the day.
Of course she does.
So, and Stuart has like Stuart's a little cuck boy at work and gets yelled at by the foreman, which is, bad look for our guy Stuart. Start. So yeah, that's what happens in this episode. What do you think this episode's really about?
To start with, I think this episode is about people need to know what they're getting into. Like, really need to know.
Okay.
Brenda, you really need to know what you're getting into with Stuart, but you seem oblivious to it because Dick 2 bomb. Kelly needs to know what she's getting into with John, but is acting like she's never dated before and that men have never screwed her over, as particularly this one.
Yeah.
Like, she's looking at what is happening with Jackie and Mel and going, this would never happen to me.
Uh-huh. Meanwhile, I'll make all the same decisions.
Brandon really needs to know what he's getting into at this moment, which, you know, granted, he finds out as things progress, but like
Mm-hmm.
only through luck does he
Yeah.
find out who the husband is.
Yeah. It's a sticky wicket.
Yeah, people just need to know, and like, I don't know, maybe Jim and Dylan both need to have a more concrete conversation and know what they're getting into before they try to change Brenda's mind. Like, they have both seen what happens when you try to change Brenda's mind. It doesn't go
Uh-huh.
well.
No, especially not using these methods. Like this, it's the same shit. You tried it once. It failed miserably. You had to send her to Europe. God damn it.
Yeah,
I don't know where you have to send her this time. It's gonna
Japan.
pack her up. Yeah, send her to the Antarctic or something.
Oh,
Here,
yes.
Brenda, go hang out with some penguins.
So yeah, that's just the start.
Yeah.
But with that, here, I'll just tie into because that one is kind of a two-parter. With that,
Okay.
uh, this is where this is where I took the episode personally.
Ooh, okay.
I said we'd rather watch people live and learn than help them.
Yeah.
Because, and to be fair, all of these people, everyone who needs to know more, also has someone in their lives who could guide them. Steve could go to Kelly, his friend, and inform her, but he's not going to because now he's being blackmailed by John Sears, which, okay, you were
This
stupid.
is the
And
softest threat ever.
it
But
is. And Dylan could help Brenda, but for some reason bungles it completely. And
yeah.
he could tell Jim. Dylan could tell Jim instead of all this pussyfooting around. But instead,
Yeah.
he's just like, look, man, I wouldn't want to marry him. That
Yeah,
doesn't
no
help me
shit,
at
Dylan.
all. That doesn't help me
No.
at all. Either tell me or get the fuck out of my office and stop wasting my time.
Also, maybe
Seriously.
tell Brenda.
Well, yes.
Like if you have specific concerns, please cite your sources.
I know at this
Like,
point, it's not going to be anything that Dylan couldn't have just spat out.
right. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
unless,
it's
unless,
not like good.
oh, unless we find some form that he signed because Stewart's family said, hey, you have to sign an NDA now. You can't share this horrible, like, unless that falls out of another briefcase, there's going to be
Right.
no good reason why Dylan could not have just said, oh, he's been hobnobbing with lowlifes. I don't know.
Right. Whatever it is. Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
it
Unless it
is.
turns out he has like a basement full of prisoners, like just women locked up in chains. Like, you know, like that feels like that's a lot. And I don't know how you broach that subject, but
Yeah.
anything else you can just say it.
And it
You
and
know.
so it just kind of feels like, I'm sure there are other examples, but they're escaping me right now. But it just kind of feels like people don't want to test the waters of their friendship and make someone
Mm-hmm.
mad and tell them, hey, this thing that you like about this other person or this person you like or this thing that you want to do might not be a great idea. And here's why. I'm telling you this
Right.
because I love you. Instead, they
Yeah.
go, hey, maybe this guy, oh, I'm so sorry. I knew I made you mad. You know what? You do whatever you want.
Right. Yep.
And it makes me
I mean,
sad.
people are gonna do whatever they want anyway, but you can try to help.
Exactly. Like,
Hard.
I would rather people have told me some things instead of going like, oh, you're doing that? Good luck.
Right. I mean, all right,
Thanks.
give it a shot. See how it works.
Give me an opportunity to say, hey, you were right. I'm sorry. Wouldn't that feel so much better?
Then finding your corpse in the East River. Just as an example.
I don't think I'll get
You,
dragged that far.
No, probably not. That's a lot of effort to get all the way to the East River. You got to
Yeah.
go across the park. It's a whole fucking thing. Um, and the traffic.
She definitely can't carry me.
No, that's true. Um, so you, this is sort of related to what you just said, and I can't remember how you phrased it, but it's one of the things I think the episode is really about is strain.
Mm.
How much strain can a relationship take before it splinters? Uh, and we see it all over the place this episode. Kelly and David are having strain dumped upon their relationship by their parents. Nice job, Jackie and Mel. And it seems to have reached a bit of a breaking point. Brenda and Jim, how much strain can their relationship take of Jim trying to, like, I don't know, like it's like it's like he's Danny Ocean, like he puts the plan together, except for he's like dumb Danny Ocean, like all his plans are stupid and none of them ever work, and like you're causing problems, Jim. Like you're adding to it. And Brenda, like by refusing, like she has like the blinders of the century on, because she understands, like she doesn't have an argument at all to support what she's doing. She
Yeah.
knows she's only known this guy for 3 weeks. She knows everyone has a reasonable point of view here. She's not even arguing that what she's doing is a good idea. She's just like, it's fine. Doing it. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. And like, 6 glasses of Chardonnay into the morning. We'll be happy. It's good. Look, Stuart.
On snake juice.
He gives good woo. Good woo. I like it. But she has no, like, no, you're right. We've only known each other for less than a month. But it sweeps, you guys. I got to get married and something. So, also in my real life, I just got married, probably too fast. So that's probably why they wrote this.
I was just gonna say, was this the writers calling her out, like, hey, you might have done something too soon?
I mean, I don't think so, because the episode had to have been written and shot before she got married.
Oh.
Like if it came out in November and she hosted SNL in November, like the episode had to have been done before that. So here we are. Brenda and Dylan, more strain. Like, first he reads the sexy poetry at her. This poem reminded me of you, Bren.
Oh my God.
And yeah. And then they had some coffee, and he's like, hey, have you ever thought about maybe not marrying Stuart? Because, like, what if you wanted some of this?
Oh my God.
Yeah. And she gets real mad and storms out, and like their relationship has stretched. Brendan Stewart's relationship has a big prenup sized strain in the middle of it. And they weather this storm, which is good. I mean, like, she's probably dumb not thinking that there'd be a prenup involved in this situation. Yeah. I mean, prenups weren't brand new. Like the LA Law was already on the air. I'm sure that this was a storyline. Like you must have seen prenup storylines on LA Law by this point. And I'm sure that there were prenups on Dynasty and Dallas and
right.
Like all your rich people sleeping with other people TV shows, prenups. They got to have them. But the relationship has taken a little bit of and it holds for now. Steve and Celeste, I mean, she's not in this episode, but Steve is stepping out. And he understands that what he's doing is putting a strain on this relationship with Celeste. And so who knows how that's going to go. Probably not great. Stuart and the foreman, There's some strain on that relationship. I mean, like, this foreman clearly ordered that steel way too early, and now they're going to have to pay interest on it. But also, shut up, Stuart. I don't work for you.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm going to yell at you in front of your lady friend. She's not my lady. She's my special lady, not my fucking lady friend.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, Brandon and Lucinda's relationship. Can they take the strain of Corey Randall's No Wolf? Because Brandon basically he looks at Lucinda and she's like, "Look, don't be such a square. My husband, whatever, so it'll be fine." And Brandon's like, "You know what he's gonna do to me? He's gonna say no wolf, no part. Like he's gonna say,
Okay.
if you do this, this happens."
When she said, "You're acting like a little kid," that's when I threw something. I thought,
Yeah.
how dare you gaslight this guy
Uh huh.
into your own unethical non monogamy shit? Like,
Mm-hmm.
honey, just wait 20 years and, the language will be out there. But whatever you and your, or like, because they might have an open relationship, but of course they're taking forever to let us know that. And it's like, well, you spat out that you had a husband, which I don't know how you thought that was going to go. And like, okay, Brandon, it's your choice whether or not you want to sleep with someone who's married, fine. Although I'm pretty sure you said no to that before. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Brandon seems too selfish to want to share a woman. Um, but it's been a while since he has
Yeah,
them. So,
that's true. I mean,
tired of cold
all
showers.
right, let's. I
But yeah.
You said something interesting. You said she just spits out that she has a husband. While they're like prepping the romantic dinner and she's lighting the candles and stuff. Um, do you think she chose to tell Brandon that she had a husband in that moment because she thought um he's too distracted by the tribal masks to think that it's weird?
I have no idea. I have no
Like,
idea why she chose that. I think she was testing the waters, but then also may have just totally
yeah,
forgotten that, like, this
she's
isn't
like, "Ah, I got a husband. What are you gonna do?"
typical. It was strange. I can't even begin to think what she was thinking there.
Yeah, she's like, "Well, it's a big deal. It's got a husband. Who doesn't? Everybody has a
Yeah.
husband these days." Um, yeah, and it doesn't. It that strain is too much for Brandon. Not that she has a husband. That would like their relationship withstood the weight of Lucinda is married. It could not withstand the weight of the Mendoza line. Like, it's like,
Which
oh shit.
I think that feels, I'll say, typical of humans. I think it is probably more disturbing for people who partner up with someone who's married when they know the other person. It doesn't stop a lot of people, of course, but I would
Mm-hmm.
imagine it freaks them out a little bit, like, oh, I'm sharing
Uh
a
huh.
pool with you now. Like,
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the other things I think this episode is really about, which is cheating is probably fine if you have a good reason.
oh my God.
It's probably okay. Like Brandon was totally cool with this. Like he was like, "Husband, let's eat." It's you know, but like then when he finds out that he knows the guy, he's like, "This is wrong." But not even that he knows the guy. It's that she's making him make a phony phone call to Edward Rooney, like a man who could squash his testicles in his hand. Like this guy has power over Brandon, and Brandon is not putting himself in that position. So he doesn't have a good enough reason to overcome that cheating obstacle. But up until the point where he had actually something to lose, Brandon was like, "It's cheating's fine." Um, John, it's totally fine for him to sleep with literally everybody because he and Kelly aren't actually dating. And I got to tell you, I don't think John's wrong here. Like, he has
Okay.
no actual relationship with Kelly. There's nothing going on. I understand that, like, that's not what I would do, right? Like, if I was like in deep smit with somebody, I wouldn't be like, well, if you're not giving me some, I'm going to go play around over here until you're ready. But he is not contractually obligated to Kelly in any way, shape, or form.
Of course, but here's what's upsetting me. And I thought
Yeah.
about this when I was rewatching it yesterday. Because did we not just 2 seasons ago have an episode about AIDS?
Sure.
And like, he's not going to get tested. He is
Oh, John's
probably
a
not.
safety girl.
No, he's not. How dare you put him in the same boat as Vivian? How dare you? John would never.
His room is clean, and he wears. Look, John Sears walks around wearing 3 condoms all of the time. That way,
No,
when
he
it's time to
doesn't.
have sex, he just takes one off. He's still protected, but it feels better. It's like putting a donut on the bat when you're when you're on deck and you're warming up, and then you take it off and you're like, wow, this swing is easier now. That's what
Oh my
John Sears does.
God.
John Sears is all about safety.
He totally is not.
He totally is
He,
not.
he makes the woman bring the protection. He doesn't do anything unless, she says like,
You
oh,
know
you
what
have
John
something?
Sears doesn't carry with him? Spermicidal lube. He does not have any super bad lube on him.
No,
he should,
definitely
perhaps.
he does not care about women enjoying themselves. Oh my God. Ugh.
What? Is that not what the spermicidal lube bottle sounds like when you squirt it out?
I'm sure it does. Oh my God.
Yep. I mean, I agree. Like, John's dick has problems. Like, there's things happening there that you don't want any part of. But he's not obligated to wait around for Kelly.
No, he's not.
So this was like the one time I'm like in John's defense. I know. I like to be in defense of the horrible people on this show sometimes.
I'm okay. I'm glad you do.
It's fun for me.
To hear the
It's fun for me to
voices
go.
that come out of me.
Yeah, it is, because it, like, I don't mean any of it.
I
But it, like, I see, like, there really is no reason John shouldn't date other people. He's not dating Kelly. Like, we're supposed to think he's a bad guy because Kelly is one of our friends.
Sure.
But he's like, they're not dating. Like, and I'm not even saying like he should, to spite her, he should go plow the gammas or whatever. I'm saying there is no relationship. There's nothing.
True.
It's like someone he's like, if you were in class with somebody who you thought was cute and you were like, but I'm going to go out with this guy over here, even though we haven't even talked. Like,
sure.
I'm not cheating on that guy. That guy doesn't even, he's never seen my boobies.
He is leading her on. Like, they may not have gone on a date, but he's definitely leading her into thinking that he's being some church boy, and he's not. Which,
right?
I think it's more that his behavior is just despicable. It's gross. I mean,
it is.
You're right.
He's gross.
He doesn't. The most he owes her here is, hey, you take your time. I'm still gonna date.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he should 100% say that.
Yeah.
She should also assume it, because have you been in the keg house? That place is gross.
Listen, Kelly, you know this man. You have dealt with I shouldn't say all manner, I hope not all manner, but you've dealt with a variety of bad guys. I'm sorry, honey. I need you. You're taking psychology. I need you to look at yourself. I need you to read the room.
Also, like, she dealt with this guy. Like, she dealt with John. Like, she knows who he is. Like, maybe he's like grown up a little bit, but he's not presenting that in any way, shape, or form.
No.
So he's gross. Where else it's probably not a problem if you're going to cheat, as long as you have a good reason. Like, if you're a pledge at the keg house and one of your brothers says, I really need your help, I really need you to have sex with this girl, um, that is that's plenty of reason to cheat on your girlfriend. It's fine. Like that's the
Oh
best
my
reason you can
God.
have. Full disclosure, Cheese Meisters, we had a technical issue. And now Leslie is sitting in a different room.
Yes, a better
Which
room.
seems to have solved all of our problems. So lesson learned. Although I am sad because there was a flag or something on the wall in your background, and it made it look like you were wearing a tiny pointy little hat. Sometimes, like if you moved a certain way, it was like red hat.
Nice.
Yeah, so I like that. So we were talking about how cheating is probably fine if you've got a good reason.
Oh my God.
And I think obviously Mel had a good reason. He has a problem with monogamy.
Oh my God.
Listen, David, I have a problem with monogamy. Get off my dick. My dental hygienist is already on it.
If you're ready, that leads into my last thing this episode is really about.
Super ready.
Which I can't believe I'm saying this, but men are the real victims.
Do you know how hard it is to be us?
I do now. I listen, I'm so sorry. Like, Kelly is depriving John, because if it wasn't for Kelly depriving John, he wouldn't be sleeping with other women. He has needs.
Right.
Jackie is clearly out to ruin Mel's life. Same with that lawyer lady doing
it was only 17 hours.
Yeah.
God, it was only 17 hours.
Yeah. Me cheating on Jackie has nothing to do with my ability to parent.
Pshaw.
Me driving my ex-wife to a nervous breakdown, nothing to do with my ability to parent.
Yeah. I was there for your bar mitzvah, wasn't I? Remember how it was rap guy themed? What do you think David's bar mitzvah theme was? I mean, because like I know like I listened to a wrestling podcast and like a couple of the guys were like, oh yeah, no, 100% my bar mitzvah was wrestling themed. It was like Hulk Hogan and Andre the Giant themed.
West Coast rap.
You think it was? Well, yeah, it could have been. Well, wait a minute. So let's see. How old is David now in 1993? He's 18. So that would have made it like 1988. So yeah, it could have been. It could have been NWA themed.
Yeah. Oh my God, I hope it was.
Just fuck the police signs everywhere. David's hardcore. You don't even know.
Yes.
But you're right. No. Tell me other ways that us men were the victims here.
I was going to say, I have a whole list.
I'm sure. I want to hear all of it. I feel bad for us.
Yeah, you should. Listen, I won't go that far. This act can only last so long. Steve, he has to help his keg brothers.
Yes.
So obviously, he's got to lay some pipe for those brothers. That's just what you do. That's good manners.
Yes. That's what's called being a friend.
You can't.
That's what the Golden Girls were singing about.
Listen, ladies. We can't expect men to be loyal. They have to. It is in their nature to be as frivolous with their semen as they want to be.
We gotta wave this thing around.
And yeah, it's lawyer. How dare she do her job? How dare she? She is ruining. She's wrecking a family. She's destroying this father and son's relationship. And obviously, Kelly is a horrible person for being near David.
Just being in the room. Yeah, she came in and sat down.
For being a reminder that Jackie exists and is wrecking his life and his dad's life. Jackie is the reason I said those truthful things about my father.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you haven't pointed out how hard it is to be Brandon. I mean, look.
You're right. I forgot.
Brandon got to that workout at 7 a.m. Like he rudely interrupted a track race by like running through the middle of it. Lucky he got a good place to park, to be honest. Like that's fortunate. Like he was sweating when he got to the workout and she wasn't even there. Like didn't even show up for it. Just like 17 minutes he had to wait.
He had to do 2 workouts.
That's right. Well, it's
terrible.
Right? Look, and do you know how hard it is as a guy when a woman says something to you and you have to then say something gross and flirty back to her?
I can only imagine.
Like when she's like, are you ready to, sweat? And he's like, oh, you can work me as hard as you want. Um, we're like the horses that Satan girl and Wyatt Earp rode.
I know.
Um,
It's
we're all
like I
sweaty
said,
and shit.
men are the real victims. It's hard to be a
Mm-hmm.
guy. I didn't know. And I
It's
didn't
rough.
care.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Um, I'm pretty sure this is from an episode of the show Coach. Did you ever watch that show?
It was on in the background. I did not
It's,
care.
it's a pretty funny show. Um, but they were going to take a train ride somewhere, like the team, because I don't know, the bus broke down or something. And they were all in a terrible mood. And I can't remember who said this to whom, but they said, have you ever taken a train ride? And they're like, no. And they said, your mood will not improve.
Oh.
And I want to tell you, and we've talked a little bit about the titles of upcoming episodes.
Oh God.
In a couple weeks, your mood will not improve.
No.
Vis-a-vis how hard it is to be a fella.
Oh my God. They're gonna turn Take Back. I know I've already said this too, but I said this off air, but I'm realizing it again. They're gonna take Back the Night and make it about men.
I'm not saying anything.
You know what, Cheesemeisters? I'm really glad that I have extra laptops at my disposal right about now because I may just break one and have to finish the episode on the other one.
Look, your mood will not improve. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God. I need something to improve in my life.
Look, I think I think you need to come to the place that I have come to with this, which is, your rage is going to be awesome.
Okay.
It is going to be such a fun episode because you are going to be so actively angry.
I'm going to have to hold a stress ball the entire time to squeeze things, or I might keep banging the desk, and then people will be like, your feminism has gone too far. We can't listen anymore.
No, look, your mood will not improve, and it justifiably so.
Good.
Yep. But I'm sure I'll find a way to say in someone's defense.
Oh my God, you suck. Like, after this will not go further than a brief comment, but like after the month I have had, it'll be nice to have something ridiculous to yell about.
Yeah, something to rage on.
It'll be so great to have something to rage on and know that it's not real.
Yep.
It'll be so great. But here's hoping that the nightmare is done, because if it's not, then I'm just gonna yell and cry. It's fine.
It's okay. Take back the night.
Oh my God. You know what's making me mad too? Because now I'm remembering, I'm pretty sure Justin Timberlake also has a song called Take Back the Night, and I'm pissed all over again. How dare you? Also, why was no one looking out for him? This is going to ruin the tour.
That's true. Someone should look out for Justin. Because it's hard to be a fella.
It is. It's so hard to be you.
I know. I want your love and pity and whatnot.
I'm so glad it's not you bleeding every month.
It would be. I think it's harder that I'm not. It's harder.
Oh my God.
See, here's the thing. I don't get enough credit for what a great actor I am. Because I said that shit with a straight face.
Hey, I did most of my Men Are the Real Victims with a straight face.
That's true. No, but everyone knows you're an actor. I'm just a big dope.
See, but here's the thing. People, just because you're an actor doesn't mean people think you're good. Their first question is, well, what have you done? What have I seen you in? Nada.
Right. I tell you what you've seen me in. that thing a minute ago where I pretended that was real.
You know that Kentucky Lotto commercial you saw with a girl in an orange sweater in the background? That was me, bitch.
Nailed it.
That's what you've seen me in.
That's right. Remember a few minutes ago when I had that little pointy hat on? You saw me. That was.
Remember how every week I come on here acting like nothing is actively wrong in my life? Acting!
Acting! We're the best. Oh, that's
We are.
right. Yeah, you're too close to that wall because you're not able to give the full shut up, everybody. I'm going to yell at Super Nintendo at part.
Yep.
Move. That was hard for Brandon, too. Harder for Brandon than it was for Donna.
It was.
Yeah. He had to stand up and argue a point.
Do things.
Yeah, I know. It's rough. Okay. Anything else this episode might really have been about?
No, after the men's suffering, I couldn't anymore.
I understand. And we appreciate you finally noticing our plight.
Glad you know what? It took time, but I came around.
Look, those two girls who went to pee in that nasty bathroom, they only had to do that once. These guys have to pee in that bathroom all of the time. And sometimes they even have to pee in the toilet.
My God.
I mean, try being them. Just
aiming is hard.
Walk a mile in their shoes, in their gross shower shoes that they don't wear when they go and use the same shower and pee on the floor there too. Try being them. These poor boys.
They can't sit and pee without having their masculinity questioned. I'm so sorry.
Listen. Look. In Bill Cosby's defense.
No! Oh my God!
I learned something from Bill Cosby that I still do to this day in one of his books. It's really good advice, men. It's the only good advice you should take from Bill Cosby. If you get up to pee in the middle of the night, sit down. Because you're going to make a mess if you don't. But sitting down is easier. And here's the great part about it. If you roughly know where the toilet is, you can kind of find it with your leg, right? Like you can find it with your calf muscle. And now you know where the toilet is. You don't have to turn the light on. You just sort of feel around with your leg and you're like, oh, now the toilet is between my calves. I can sit. I don't have to look. I learned that from a Bill Cosby book.
Being human is
right.
dumb.
It's weird. Yeah. But in Bill Cosby's defense, that's how you pee in the middle.
Oh my God. No.
Take a stand. Look, it's a complex tapestry, human life. And, obviously, and it must be hard to be him too.
Losing his sight and all as he gets thrown into jail.
I know. I mean, look, if you're Bill Cosby and you go blind, how are you going to know whose glass you're putting the drugs in?
Fair point.
Right?
How will you know?
I'm just saying. And,
how does he know he drugged you?
Oh, I don't know that song. I thought you were going to go with Whitney Houston.
How
will I know if he really drugged me?
No, I was singing,
and I forget everything.
I was singing from Enchanted, but that's a great song too.
Yeah, it does. Wow, I wasn't.
Sorry, everyone.
Right, it's hard to be a fella. What if you're in the keg house and you have a girl, a gamma that you want to date, and she was totally throwing herself at you, but there's one hurdle between you and the everlasting glory that is Gamma Poon, and that is Steve has to date this, has to cheat on his girlfriend. What's that guy supposed to do?
Kegmen are being forced into sex work.
Yeah, and because they have to stick together.
Yep.
I mean, also, have you ever tried playing pool on a table that has been fucked on multiple times? That's got to be hard. That's gonna be tough.
Literally.
Huh? sticks and balls and pockets and shit.
Oh my.
Uh-huh. You're right. It's hard to be a fella.
My God.
Mm-hmm. Look, if you don't want me to give you the most ridiculous examples of why it's hard to be a guy, you shouldn't bring it up.
I know.
Because I can go.
I know you can.
I just think of all the hard. What if you were David and you had to give a deposition where you told the truth about what a shit your dad is?
What if one of our airmen died?
Right? It's because Nursey was having sex in the parachutes?
Oh my God.
I mean, war is hell for men.
This is war, Peacock.
That's right. For the ladies, it's just fine. They don't have nothing to worry
They
about.
don't have to be drafted.
No, they get to go to parties and dance with soldiers, and they won't have to worry about the soldier asking them to dance again because he's gonna die.
Yep.
Fine. What do they got to worry about? It's that soldier who has to go die.
Yep.
Ladies. All right. What did this episode make you nostalgic for?
Working out at the SRSC.
That's a good one.
Campus. Yeah, I enjoyed getting to do that. Did I go hoping that I would meet someone? Of course. But also a gym on campus that I am allowed to go to because I am paying to go to school here. Great. Because in your mind, when you're a kid, you're seeing all of that as a perk and not something that you have paid for. But yeah, no, good times working out at the SRC with friends.
I like it. I tell you what this made me nostalgic for. I didn't have a nostalgia moment in this episode, except I'm nostalgic for a time when I could say I really liked Lethal Weapon 2 and don't have to think about how awful Mel Gibson is.
Okay, I thought briefly about using her line about Mel Gibson, and I thought, no, there's just no way. Like, it was difficult enough saying men are the real victims, but I can't possibly say it's Mel Gibson anytime, anywhere, ever. One, you take out all the horrible shit, I still would never have. Like, you were gross before, but oh my God, now you're just. Bleh.
Yeah. See, here's the problem. I like Lethal Weapon and Lethal Weapon 2.
Never seen them.
They're really pretty good.
Okay.
And like Lethal Weapon 2 is got Joe Pesci in it, and he's really funny. And like it's like he plays Leo Getz, and okay. Like he's just this ball of energy. He's really funny. He's a great dynamic to their thing. Plus, it's about apartheid and Krugerrands and diplomatic immunity. It's a great movie.
Okay.
But then Mel Gibson had to just go and be Bill Cosby or whatever he is, and so it's tough.
Yeah.
It's hard to like stuff that have people in it.
Yeah. It sure is.
Yeah, so that's what I'm nostalgic for. A time when I could like stuff that had people in it.
Less controversial people.
No, all people.
That's fair. Because is there anything that is not tainted by people? No, there's not. Like, and it's up to you, the consumer, if you can still enjoy that thing. Absolutely. Don't if you still like Lethal Weapon, you like Lethal Weapon. We're not judging you. I've never seen it and I don't give a shit. But you clearly can't like it anymore, and that's okay. He's tough. He's a tough one for me. And the Cosby Show's tough for me because I loved it so much. At least until fucking Raven Simone and Cousin Pam. Seventh Heaven got ruined for me.
Yeah. Seventh Heaven was a cheeseball situation to begin with. It's spelling.
You could argue it was always going to be, I don't know, rough for certain-minded people. But then after the whole Stephen Collins thing came out, I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm done.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. before we get to worst person, this is something that, because you brought up another Aaron Spelling show. This is a conversation that we needed to have during the Tombstone episode, and we forgot to have it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Because we talked briefly about how Brandon cut his hair for the movie.
Oh, yes.
Jason, not Brandon, but Jason cut his hair. So, and your position was, he is the star of one of the biggest shows on TV. Why did he agree to do that? And he agreed to do that because you see who was in Tombstone, and like the power of, like, you want to be included in that cast.
It's called Demand a Wig. They would have gotten him one.
Sure. But which stars of Aaron Spelling shows would also have cut their hair? And
Only
who
the
would have
men.
said, fuck right off? Yeah, I feel
like it's only men because, I mean, I've heard the quote about how, like, a woman-led show doesn't get good until they figure out her hair. And, like, it's upsetting, but it's kind of on point. It's like, fuck, they really, like, why are you putting all this investment into our hair?
I feel like you don't know about Felicity.
Oh, no, I do.
Oh,
I do. I have now seen the clip.
Yeah.
And I think you all need to get over it. She looks lovely. I'm proud of her.
I ride for Carrie Russell all day long. But she took so much shit for that haircut. Like,
which is so stupid.
Ridiculous amount of shit. Yeah, no, it was dumb at the time. Like, the problem was that, like, her hair was so iconic in that first season.
Of course.
And so fucking gorgeous. And it's a big move to do that, and people are going to have a reaction, but that was dumb.
People put all of their eggs into the basket of women's hair, just like they do with women's virginity. It is so stupid. I have been very close lately to just chopping my hair off, but, like, one, don't make that big of a decision when you're going through something, and then two, like, it will distress certain members of my family. So I'm going to wait until I'm a little more level.
Okay. Look, we have seen Cliffhanger, and we have discussed how hot Janine Turner is with short hair. It is a thing you can do. My wife has done it. She was very hot with short hair. She's also very hot with long hair. She's just hot. That's how that goes.
It's really stupid how they put such fear into women for cutting their hair. Like, yeah, just stop.
So, like, 100% Farrah Fawcett on Charlie's Angels would not cut her hair to take a movie role.
No. Jessica Biel probably wouldn't have. I mean, she did some bold stuff and definitely did her own thing, but, like, I don't think she would have done that.
No, she would have cut her hair because she wanted to cut her hair.
Yes.
Not for a role. I think Captain Steubing probably would have cut his hair for a role.
Sure.
Captain Steubing is bald.
Oh my God.
I know.
You're going to list, I just realized you're going to list a bunch of characters that I have no notion of, because Seventh Heaven is really the only other Aaron Spelling thing I have seen.
I think Heather Locklear doesn't cut her hair.
Fuck no.
On TJ Hooker or on Melrose.
They have her hair insured.
Probably. Yeah, I don't think too many other, there aren't a lot of male-led Aaron Spelling. No, I tell you what, Bob Urich, when he was on Vegas, he wasn't that hair. He wouldn't have needed to, because he had some 70s hair, like just coif. But yeah, no, I don't think too many other stars of Aaron Spelling programs are cutting their hair. Hervé Villechaize, not cutting his hair. Like, when he went to be in The Man with the Golden Gun, Tattoo did not cut his hair.
You know what it is? It's the more established people that know, no, I don't need to cut my hair. And then two, I'm leading something. No, I'm not cutting my hair. You kidding me? You
know who 100% is not cutting his hair? Ricardo Montalban.
Who?
You know Ricardo Montalban. ¿Quién es más macho? Eric Estrada o Ricardo Montalban? Khan.
Yep.
Yeah, he's
Yep.
not cutting his hair.
No.
Okay. Who is your Steve Sanders Memorial worst person of the episode? Probably one of the girls.
I know, right? Bitches. You know, I'm just gonna stick with it. I really don't like John Sears. I don't like him.
Yeah.
I know he's suffering, but I don't
Tough
like
to be a
him.
John Sears. I don't blame you. John Sears is gross. Even though I feel like hanging it on him for this episode is like the least offensive he is.
Well, that was the thing. I was like,
You know what I mean?
you know what? Actually, it might be Mel's attorney. That man is scuzzy because he's defending Mel.
Yeah.
He's not doing what's right for Aaron or for David.
Yeah.
He's just working out there for himself. It's Mel's attorney. I'm sticking with that. That man's
All
great.
right. I like it. I'm going with Jimbo. Because
He was also a contender.
Fuck, learn a lesson, dude. Like, you tried this once. You went to Dylan and tried to collude with him behind Brenda's back to get her to do the thing you want her to do.
Yeah.
Rather than like having an honest conversation with her. And it blew up last time, and it blew up this time. Like, quit it.
When you gonna learn?
Never Jim Walsh. So that's my vote because like Jim's a moron.
Yeah.
So there we are. All right. Technical difficulties aside, I think we did it.
Hell yeah, we did.
All right. This room is so much better. Jesus Christ.
I know. Sad I won't be in here next time. But, the
is
next place will be great, too.
That's right. We'll bounce around. We'll make it work.
Yep.
So join us here on Friday, Cheesemeisters, when we are going to watch Starship Troopers. And usually we don't tell you who the spelling connection is, but guess what? It's all three of the leads.
Oh.
It's all of them. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Denise Richards, we saw her at Mel and Jackie's wedding. And Dina Meyer, obviously, is here. And Casper Van Dien later. He comes next season to 90210. But yeah, all three of the leads are our spelling connection. And we're going to watch it in honor of Lucinda Nicholson.
Very cool.
Yeah. So that should be fun. And then next week, join us here when we watch season 4, episode 10, and Did It My Way. And Cheesemeisters, I want you to watch me do this because this is my favorite moment of the whole episode.
Stop it.
Right there. That's my favorite moment.
Is that Brandon giving his blessing to Brenda to fuck up her life?
It is not. Nope. I don't want to tell you what it is because it's so silly.
It's an Elvis. Oh my god. Elvis is marrying them. Oh my god.
I'm not going to say one way or the other.
Cheesemeisters, I pretty much know, except I also don't really, and it's, oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Look, it's one of the episodes I love because it's real dumb. Like, it's just real
Of course.
silly. Yeah. So, yeah. So that's what we're doing next week, and we're going to do it our way. I know. It's fun times. All right. Until then, Cheesemeisters.
Bye.
Bye.